Hope everyone's doing good today. Well, Finland's Independence Day just happened a few days ago, so I thought I'd share with you just a few things that I happened to notice that occurred. So, hyvää itsenäisyyspäivää to anyone out there who is Finnish. But it already went by, it's a few days late now. Well, everything was done on the net. I at first thought that they had a whole party on their own, but I was mistaken once I started to really look at what happened. So normally they shake hands with everyone coming in, and it's a long process of people coming in lined up in their fancy gowns and dresses, and they go to a ball for a couple hours with the president and his wife. To me, it's just an Independence Day dance for the rich and famous in Finland. And it's been a waste of money for years, and many have protested and tried to get this to stop, but it hasn't. But again, let's move on. So this year, instead of a ball, they did invite guests, but then everything was canceled, and so they had some performances there. So I'll share with you just a few things that I noticed. And of course, yes, they had Prime Minister Sanna there on via net talking for a few minutes. I'm really not going to share a whole lot with you because most of you aren't that interested. But I will share many things that I did notice and should interest you, at least to some degree. So we had these Bio Kids, yes, climate change song. And all they did was jump around the whole time that it was so annoying to even watch for the few minutes that they sang. I have to say, really annoying, and couldn't quite get a hold of what logo this young boy here in the front had on his shirt, but I really did try. Then there were other kids up a little higher singing as well, and then they focused on them for a few minutes and then came back down to, lo and behold, a little bunny jumping around. Yes, a white bunny. Oh boy. Well, all of this happened while the president then was watching, and then they talked with them a few minutes later. They said they look up to Greta Thunberg. Oh boy. Wow. My hopes have sunk way low for these people and these kids because they're only brainwashed to be knowing and saying all of this. And for this young kid to be there in this little bunny suit, he has no idea what's happening. But this is another form of their mind control is all I can say. But anyway, they had to show the lights above. Yes. What is this called again? Yes, it's the Oculus. Yeah, I've seen it in the church in Rome, as well as in my video Kanye West had. He was doing the exact same things. They perform and do the exact same little ceremonies like everybody else. They're one and the same, let me tell you. I don't have any information on these. I did try to look. There are two little angels along with this young lady here. What exactly I can tell you, the only thing I could find was a Fisher Girl statue symbol of Zuhai. I don't think that has anything to do with her. I tried to think of the woman at the well and came up short, basically. If any of you have information on what that statue was in the President's Hall, let me know. Well, they went on to talk about how education is free and how all kids are lucky to be getting their education here in Finland. And then went on to talk about all the wonderful things that they're doing. And look at that! The Lions Club. Lions Club was a part of this. Look, if you don't understand who the Lions Club are, all I can say is that L stands for losers. Yes, in short, they were working side by side with the Red Cross. Red Cross. Well, let me tell you first the Lions Club, who they're associated with. Yes, it's all Freemasonry. Please go look. If you think that this is just a bunch of social club for the men, you really are blind and have not looked into really what this derives from. It might seem like just a fun club and how much good they do in your neighborhood, but you don't understand how evil they truly are, or how linked they are to evil. If you're at the lower level, you have no idea. Well, they showed many beautiful pictures of the northern Finland, Lapland, and the Sami people talking about them there. The beautiful northern lights. I mean, yes, in Finland we have beautiful features. Every country has something beautiful. So I'm not knocking Finland, and nor any other country when I talk about people and the things that is going on. I just want to make that clear. No. There were people here singing, speaking, as well as this man who then started to talk about fashion and how difficult it was to find then years past of all the beautiful gowns and outfits that were in the past dances and galas. Yeah, they showed many. Notice some similarity in these pictures that they were showing. A lot of them had the same stars, but we'll get into that in my next video. So let's just look at past galas and their gowns. He went on to say that it was really difficult and they finally got many votes for who had the best gowns out of the many that he proposed were a few of the best. This young lady came out on top with 2,244 votes. And as well as the president's wife came in second place. And notice the stars and all the things they have on their gowns. That'll be in my next video on what that exactly means. But as we move on, computer's getting a little frozen, but don't mind the computer. This one came in third place, 831 votes. And Annapu, she's a famous singer here in Finland. She came out with 707. Then this man with a tie on his head, believe it or not, was there on the list as well as this lady who from the 1980s was on the list. Her husband has the cross on his chest as well. So also 442 votes with this young lady, but then this one should interest you and pique your interest just a little bit, with orange being the symbol, the highest color in Freemasonry because it means 33, plus the black horse on there. Of course they had to bring that up, as well as the former president and her husband there with all their crosses and little gadgets on them as well. So there's President and his wife. I can't believe she came in second place. Well, what do you know? But this is just a party for the rich and famous anyway. But then at the end they asked them questions. What gives you hope of a better tomorrow during this time that we're in? And the wife said, Jenny, this evening and what we have heard and felt, oh, that's what brings me hope. Support that we find in each other, and it gives us hope for a future. No mention of God, no mention of anything, of any thought of Jesus or God in a Christian nation that we are. We're supposedly Lutheran, but we know that the Lutheran have united themselves with the Catholics, so, you know, we're in the gutter. So this was just another rich and famous party evening, so I hope you do realize who these people really are. But we'll get into that more in my next video, because I really started to dig in deep with those crosses that they had all over them at many points. Well, not that evening, but at other evenings as well. Well, even with the difficulties I'm having, it doesn't matter. Just to say, it is better to take refuge in the Lord than to trust in kings, queens, or rulers in your nations. So stay vigilant, God bless, and the second half to this will come tomorrow. God bless you all.